Whatever it was big and...
You sure took him into the airship?
Disappeared into one of the cooling ducts.
My question is, it's using the air ducts to move around.
You know, the primary air shaft may work to our advantage. We can lead it through, down to the main airlock.
Who gets to go into the vent?
Oh shit. Okay, who'd you guys want me to play as? Parker? Yes, I do believe so.
Just tell me what I need to know.
Parker, you lead it into the primary air shaft. We trap it on the lower deck. Then Ash opens the airlock. Lock down the maintenance hatches where Ripley, Lambert, and me are tracking it on the way. Okay, let's do it, people.
They got... Interesting bit of trivia. They got Veronica Cartwright, Tom Skerritt, Yaphet Kotto. I think they got Brett back too. What the hell is his name? Harry Dean Stanton. And of course Sigourney Weaver all returned for the game. The only person who didn't return is Ian Holm as Ash. He's a sound-alike. So anyway, playing Parker. Parker died almost last. Zero Reb. Man. Alright, where are we headed? What are my... Collect equipment. Okay. Is there any chance I will die on the way to collect this equipment? That would be pretty sad. Oh, man. All tense.
Nostromo has landed on the surface of the planetoid the acoustical beacon is transmitting from. Dallas, Kane, and Lambert are making preparations to approach the beacon on foot. Surface structure is basalt, with traces of rhyolite and probable lava overlays. Atmosphere, inert nitrogen, a little oxygen, and high levels of free CO2. Pressure reads at 10 to the 4th dynes per centimeter. Quite the storm raging out there.
Parker, I'd have a look around first, see if there's anything that might help. You never know.
Oh shit! Man. Anybody else just like freaking out, fangasm right now? I am. A little bit. Where am I going? Okay. Serious fangasm, says Meat Pouch. Yup. Oh man. I actually got to rewatch Alien not long ago in the actual theater near my place. It's pretty great. Now in the movie, if you remember, God, look at it. Hang on, time out. Yep, that's in the Nostromo. Computer readouts here. Oh man. So anyway, if you recall in the film, oh shit, that's the corridor to Mother. I can't go in there, right? Oh, I can go in there, even though I shouldn't be allowed. It even made the same sounds.
Yellow light. I spoke to Mother, and she's picked up a distress call, a repeating acoustical beacon from a nearby planetoid. Doesn't sound like any radio signal I've heard. As the suit's listing no, company rules say we check it out. Now I've got to go tell the crew. They already know something's up. Tell us how.
Anyway, yeah, if you recall in the actual movie, this is when Dallas gets killed, basically. He's the one who runs this. Where am I headed? Oh. he's the one who goes in the vent, even though Ripley volunteers. And Parker obviously does not volunteer. And so he's back with Lambert. They're monitoring the vents while Dallas is inside, and Ripley and Ash are standing by.
Shut a number of doors, so you'll need to gather equipment en route. Mother isn't really helping the situation, unfortunately.
And then, yeah, Ripley and Ash are standing by at the airlock, waiting to flush the alien out if it ends up there. So,
luck.
here we go.
I'm closing the hatch behind you.
All right, thanks.
That doesn't surprise me one little bit.
Oh man, wow, this is big. Shocker, but it is big. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Christ, that was quick. The movie was first. The book was the novelization of the movie, which I read is really good, actually, as far as novelizations of movies go. Cripes. Ah! Yeah, Alien was originally just, it was a script written by Dan O'Bannon, and then the novel came much later. Well, after it was out, actually. I mean, like anything. How the hell am I going to get out of here? Alright, hang on. I need to go out and turn right. So at least there's that. Okay. I lost track of where I was headed. Okay, hang on. Shit! This is not where I want to go. Stop following me. Oh, I fucked up. Oh, shit! Okay, hang on. He's gone for the moment, but he'll be back. I'm lost. I keep getting lost. Left turn. Oh, I got all turned around, you guys. I'm back where I was. Zoom out on the map. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the flamethrower, interesting. I'm glad we have it available to talk about real quick, because we were about to get there in the main game. The flamethrower is an effective tool for driving the alien off for a bit. But you definitely even take damage when you do it. I was stuck on a wall. Where am I? So Zero Rep saying, so now the flamethrower doesn't work again? No, it does. It will work, I think, forever. But the trouble is that it gets smarter about getting hit by it. Like, if you're right on top of it and you blast it again, you'll still drive it off. Especially, like, you'll take damage like I did. You'll get run over, basically. But you will manage to drive it off. But the first couple times you use the flamethrower, it reacts right away. Like, it's like, oh shit, and it'll run from the fire even if it's not really all that close to it. The more it gets used to it, the less effective that becomes. I can't look at my motion tracker while I'm in this locker. So, like, he'll stand, I've had him stand just clear of the flamethrower and wait for me to be done firing it and then run up and kill me. Like, that'll happen over time. I don't hear him. Where are we headed? Oh shit. There's Dallas.
Thanks, Parker. By right, it should have been me going.
You just remember that.
Whew, okay. I'm gonna wait to use that medkit. Okay. Now I gotta walk all the way back over here. So that's good. Seem to have lost him for at least the moment. Okay. Where are we headed? That door, that vent, that door. Crap! Close call, Parker. We'll talk about the alien and its ability to see you or not see you in a minute. Because, yeah, it does seem to have bad eyesight, but I forgive it, basically. And I'll explain why in a minute. Okay, so... as long as we're not dead for a sec. So, the reason... the reason the alien seems to be pretty good at... or pretty bad at, like, seeing you and stuff is because... basically, I feel like it's the developers realizing that otherwise you would be so dead all the time. Oh, shit, here he comes. Fuck it. He went where I wanted to go. Okay, it's that door. So anyway, kind of the reason I think that the game is a little bit forgiving about the alien killing you, or seeing you rather, is because it would be fucking impossible if it could, if you couldn't avoid it.
I'm a sitting duck here.
Anytime you want to take my place, Lambert.
I do lean a little bit, but you can get seen when you're fucking leaning, so I stopped doing it. Or I don't do it very often, because it's dangerous. Alright, now we gotta go there. I'm gonna chill out and see if he'll bail for... see if we'll go back in the vent. Seems like no. Why are we getting 2 pings? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's just my motion tracker being terrible. Alright. Fuck. Yeah, leaning's not so great on the keyboard. Accurate assessment. Shit. Alright, come on. See how he just chilled out? I fucked this up. Alright, server room. Holy shit! What just happened? Alright, which way are we going? To the back. Oh shit. Yeah, there was a little bit of weirdness. He probably should have killed me right there. But sometimes, you know, with the procedural generation, something weird will happen. I fucking made it. Oh shit, it's Brett. Alright, wait. Oh, did I miss it? Where am I going? It's the water cooler tower. Where am I? It's right here. Right? Or do I have to go down? Sounds like he's in this room. Oh, damn. Oh, there are more hatches to seal? I thought I had to activate a thing. God, do I want to walk there? I'm a little worried about it.
Just close the vent and move on.
I've got to the aft
Right. Find the primary airshaft system and lead the creature down to the deck below. I can connect to the airlock system through my terminal.
He's out again. Oh, shit. Hang on. So now we're going to try to double back into the shafts. Christ. Oh, I fucked that up so bad. Why is this one open? Because he's right there. Shit. Where's 4B from here? Or where's not 4B, but this? Okay. This sucks. Okay. Oh shit, he's getting in! Fuck! Hang on. We gotta get out of here. Oh, crap. Oh, damn! This is not the way I wanted to go. Shit. Oh, shit. All right. So yeah, he'll get in the vents and chase you around. It sucks. And it's scary. And it's awesome. Fuck. Okay. Oh shit, I hear him.
Headed into the primary shaft. This had better work.
Yeah, no shit, it better work. Fuck.
trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you. All right, I got a reading on you now.
Tell me where, goddammit.
Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful. Go right.
Christ! Oh, shit! Lambert, you're terrible. Oh, damn. He moves so fast. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Get in.
Headed into the primary shack.
I feel like I forgot a flashlight, you guys. I don't have a flashlight. How is that possible?
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you. All right, I got a reading on you now. Straight on. Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful.
Ah, shit! Dude, how do you even do this? All right, one more time, and then we'll give it up. Because I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I'm trapped in this vent.
Headed into the primary shack. Is it gonna work?
Yeah, good call. Maybe I should be using flares. Although they draw the damn thing. So...
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you. All right, I got a reading on you now.
Tell me where, goddammit.
Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful.
Man, can I... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've been trying to the motion tracker. It gives me no information. Okay, last time.
Headed into the primary shack. Is it gonna work?
We're in position.
Man, this is insanity. Look at this.
I'm just trying to get a reading here. All right, I got a reading on you now.
I
Hold on
can't
a
see,
second.
you guys.
I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you.
What? Where?
Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful.
God damn it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trapped in this thing and I don't know where to go. It just comes and like... Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Throw a flare and run the other way.
Headed into the primary shack. Is it gonna work?
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you.
Here.
Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful. Right! Right!
Shit. That was pretty awesome. I kind of want to get back to the campaign because I know what the hell I'll be doing. You know, like I feel like I can hide a little better. I know what I'm doing a little better. This map, this maze is insane. And they're like, she kind of gives you some instructions, but he's in there. How do I get away from him? I don't... And the flamethrower seems to be, like, useless. So... I don't know. This is tough. I know, Pelagius. I need light in there. I can't see anything.
Heading into the primary shaft.
I'm worried I can't do it, you know? Yeah, I get it. But he's chasing you, so who cares what she says? I'm not going to listen to her.
Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you.
Tell me where, goddammit.
You're nearly there. Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful. Go.
Fucking... Oh, I clipped through a little. I mean, he's coming right at your face. Like, immediately. It seems really difficult to give him the slip, and I can't seem to flamethrower him, which sucks. So I'll try it one more time. I put the button too early. Get in.
Headed into the primary shaft. Is it gonna work?
I think I forgot the flashlight. I feel like there should have been a flashlight. Dallas had a flashlight.
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you. All right, I got a reading on you now.
What? Where?
Go right. Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful.
Get lost!
Keep going.
Oh, so it does work.
Okay, that's it. You're doing good. Just keep going. You're nearly there. Dead end. Turn around. Left.
No, you bastard! I should have just gone. Okay. Later, Arca 5. Thanks. Thanks for tuning in. I know. I'm not sure if I can just go and trigger it or not.
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you. All right, I got a reading on you now. Go right.
What? Where?
Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful.
No, you shit! Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Now I know how. Now I can. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get through this.
Headed into the primary shaft. Is it gonna work?
You don't think this is scary, Mitchell? I don't believe you.
We're in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here. Hold on a second. I think I got it. Yes, it's in there with you. All right, I got a reading on you now.
Tell me where, goddammit.
Go right. Right around there. You're gonna have to be careful. That's it.
Okay.
Left. Okay, that's it.
We did it! We did it, you guys. I always look at the chat, but you guys are up there. We did it. We're through. We've done it. Airlock time. Motherfucker. This door's locked! Oh my god. The only way through there, excessive use of the flamethrower. But I'm fine with that.
Ash,
Oh, yeah.
get you into the airlock system. It's here.
Okay, where do I...
This better work.
Find somewhere to hide while the outer airlock opens. This is Ash, science officer of the Nostromo. This is an official record in the ship's log of my actions today. A member of the crew was compromised by an unknown creature. I made the decision to allow him.
Oh, man.
Back on board without following established quarantine procedure. Looking at the bigger picture, I feel comfortable with this decision. It was a risk I was willing to take, and I will abide by whatever the company decides upon my return.
Ah, shit.
Airlock is primed. Wait for it to enter the outer airlock chamber and be ready to close it in.
Where's my control station here?
It's moving in the right direction.
He went in the vent. Mitchell, I'm actually playing as Parker, but you can play as Ripley. I slipped him, at least for a minute. Go in the airlock! I don't think I have to use the console. I think I have to close him in this room up here. It's because that's where, I mean, this is where the objective marker is telling me to go. So, oh yeah, toss a flare in there. Good idea, generic username. Instead of freaking panicking like I am. First, hide! These are always a bad idea. I can't hear him in this locker and I can't look at my motion tracker. Is that what that was? Dave says he saw me with the flamethrower up, so he hopped back in the vent to try and get around me. Which is the alien learning, and that's awesome. As usual. He's still in the same place. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Shit. Where is he? Is he in the hallway outside? I need to get over there and throw a flare in there like you guys said. I can't get near it though. He won't go in, you bastard. Go in the airlock. Hang on. Where did he drop out? Is there a hallway up here that I'm not aware of? Oh no, he's on the upper floor, I bet.
Something strange happening here.
Ah, shit! Oh, Ash, you dick. Oh, man. So he wasn't in the airlock, I didn't realize it.
It was a slim chance at best. We'll have to reconvene.
Ash, you bastard.
Form. Priority 1. All other priorities rescinded. Because you still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Perfect organism. Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility. I admire its purity. A survivor. Unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality. Last word. I can't lie to you about your chances, but You have my sympathies.
That was pretty great. Oh man, that was tough. That was hard as hell. So yeah, I cleared it. Obviously, you know, in the movie, the airlock gambit fails. If you read the novelization, I believe they actually get it all the way into the airlock, the novelization of the original script by Ellen Dean Foster, which I read when I was like 10, because I'm a big nerd. And yeah, and that basically goes down as explained there, is it gets into the airlock, they hit the button, I think what happens is an alarm sounds, and it drives the alien away. And, you know, it's Ash, basically. Ash hit the button to make the alarm sound to drive the alien out of there, to keep it alive, and kind of the same thing. So, yes, that was the Crew Expendable downloadable content that comes with, if you pre-ordered the game. The other thing that the game has, I'm not going to load it because I don't really feel like playing that level again, but there's also the Survivor mode, which has a number of different missions, and they're, like I said, they're all timed, and they have multiple objectives that you can earn for different points and stuff. Oh shit, apparently you can unlock Ellen, because I haven't. Oh, hell, you can! Look at this. You can play as anybody. That's cool. So, yeah. Kill the Rabbit is talking about, or the Killer Rabbit rather, talking about the quality of the novelization of the movie, which is really good, I think. And he's saying there's a lot of more detail, and it's very good, actually. I think I'm going to pick up another copy. I read mine until it fell apart when I was young. Pelagius, thanks, tuning in. Yeah, I think it is 2:50. I guess we got a few minutes for Q&A if you guys want to do that. Otherwise, I'll just wrap it up. I think I lost my chest burster. Here he is. Yeah. So we'll do that for a minute because I don't want to get back into the game and get like going on it and then have myself feel that I should quit. You know, I should probably eat some food, stuff like that. So if you guys want to hit me with some questions in the chat, if you have any, we could do that for a few minutes. So yeah, otherwise, whatever. I'm waiting for the chat to do a thing, if it's going to. Play with my aliens. But yeah, I did review the game, by the way. I did give it a 92 out of 100, as somebody in the chat mentioned. Because, as you can see, I'm a really big fan. I find it to be challenging without being frustrating. And I think that it's especially difficult, and it's very high fidelity as far as what the alien experience is supposed to be like, and I really appreciate that as well. So yeah, this is my kind of game. You know, like, I'm into horror games and so on. I like them quite a bit. So this is sort of exactly my bag, you know, like I've wanted an alien game kind of like this for a while, and I like these sort of survival horror-ish, you know, have to run, can't really fight games like Amnesia or Outlast. And then just the level of which they've captured the alien experience, especially with the Crew Expendable. It's just awesome. It really impresses me in particular. Mitchell asks, how was Crew Expendable overall? That was pretty awesome. I thought it was really tough. So, Mitchell, I think you missed the first part. You run around the ship proper, picking up gear. Then you run around closing off vents. Then you get into the vent and draw a lock like I did, and it, you know, runs up and kills you in the vent, and the only recourse you have is to blast it. It was tough, and it was awesome. It was really tense. I really enjoyed it. And the fidelity of the Nostromo ship is really great. It's very cool to actually get to move around on that set. You know, I mean, in a sort of virtual way. It's exciting. I really liked it. The Ensatsuken do you think the DLC is worth buying? Considering it's like $3, $4, I think. Yeah, I thought so. That was pretty cool, I thought. There are two Nostromo missions that I'm aware of. I guess the other one's not out yet, or something. But I think it's the second one is when Ripley's alone and she has to go activate all the shit, get the coolant bottles to bring back to the shuttle, all that nonsense. That mission is also, I think, a piece of DLC that is, if it's not available now, I think it was in the collector's edition, and I don't think it's available yet on Steam, but it will be, I'm sure. So yeah, for $4, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I was pretty into that. There are little extra bits of story around. I had a good time with it. $4 is not that much, or $3. I think it was even $3. To my mind, yeah. Something about Alien Isolation is that I think people have been complaining a little bit about the DLC strategy for the game. So there's a survivor mode. There's the entire game, which is God, I played it for about 18 hours. This run through that we're watching it will be a little bit faster, I'm sure. I put about 18 hours into it on hard mode. So that's a pretty complete game. And then there's a survivor mode which comes with a level, and Crew Expendable if you pre-order it. So it's kind of a lot of content. That said, the plan is for them to keep dropping survivor mode maps, and it appears that there's only the one right now. Unless they unlock. I don't know, Dave, do they unlock? You might know better than I do. I'm not sure if you can unlock them like through gathering collectibles in the game or whatever, but for the moment it seems like there's only the one. So, I mean, people have been kind of complaining about that, and there's a plan to release extra missions for about 6 months, but I do kind of like that there's, I don't know, a lot of content planned, and there's a lot of content in the game when you buy it. Seems to me like that's not a bad DLC strategy. I can understand people who are kind of miffed about, you know, that. But in theory, with the Alien, they can continue to make maps from whatever they want for as long as they want. I mean, the Nostromo is great, and I'm glad it's recreated there. And you could do Alien 3 maps if you wanted. You could do Aliens maps if you wanted in this style. Creative Assembly can kind of do whatever the hell they want, which is sort of sweet, I think. Anyway, because they're so low cost, it seems like you can kind of piecemeal grab what you want, and people who are really into this game, which I think is going to be kind of a small following who want to play it over and over again, it's tough. But for those people, it'll be cool to have a lot of content, I think. Okie dokie. So let's get back over here. Yeah. Dave says says The Last Survivor is exclusive to a few retailers, but eventually it'll be available for everybody. So that'll be cool. I'm going to buy that. Yeah. And no, they don't unlock through collectibles. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I mean, like, the price seems good for these maps. They're about... How long did we play that for? Like, not quite an hour? I feel like that's pretty good for $4 for the intensity level of what we just went through and the fidelity of what is brought into those maps. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, Killer Rabbit says, good thing there's no multiplayer option. Yeah, that would be ridiculous. But if you do want a more multiplayer experience, you get the leaderboards for all these extra missions. So that's kind of cool, too. There is a competitive element to it if you want to play it. So that's cool, also. Yes, anyway. So, anything else? Do a couple more, if you guys want. Or we could just look at this stunning menu. Look how little it is. I love that. I think it's cool. Good. We could look. Let's look around through my... Oh, I can't. Oh, damn. Dave, do you know if there's a... is there a New Game Plus mode at all? I don't think that there is. But it would be nice to kind of, like, keep your unlocks. Was it only 15 minutes on set? It felt like a lot longer. It felt like a lot longer. Maybe just because I got murdered a bunch. But, yeah, it was good. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I was really excited when they said they were going to do Nostromo. When I heard about the Survivor mode, first thing I said, it was like, oh man, they could totally do Nostromo maps. And sure enough, awesome. So good. Yeah, no New Game Plus. I didn't think so. But there's a lot of collectibles to find, so having to run them all through in one go that's a tall order, man. That's tough. So anyway, yeah, I hate the run. Also going, was that really just 15 minutes? Yeah, exactly. Dave says it was 15 minutes in the vents alone. Yeah, I'd say that was pretty accurate. I was actually kind of getting worried that it was going to go on too long and we're going to have to cancel it. But I got through it. I'm pretty happy about that. I feel really good, actually. I feel like I accomplished quite a bit getting through that vent. That was pretty intense. So I saw an article today over at Polygon, I think it was saying, no, shit, Joystick? I can't remember. I have to link it someplace. Some writer that I feel really bad for not remembering who it was, saying that the Shadow of Mordor, they felt like gave them their first real next-gen experience. The way that game with the Nemesis system continues to, it's persistent, and you fight guys and then they come back and you actually like build a story out of that, and the game is smart enough to do it. I feel like Alien Isolation falls into that category as well. I've been really impressed with this game because, I mean, even as you guys have seen, I played this game through already. I've done this. I've been everywhere. And yet, it's still really tense and really hard, even on a second replay, because the alien is that good. He's really impressive. There are kind of some funny moments occasionally, like when he barreled right by me that one time and didn't see me, because of the way the procedural senses work. Occasionally you get a weird little flub like that, but it's not very often. And it's still, the trade-off is that it's like really, or that's not a bad trade-off rather, for the level of which he is sneaky and smart, and you have to like deal with him. The way he learned from the Flamethrower, oh, I hate that, and yet I love it. It's awesome. So as far as like next-gen experiences, I'm pretty excited about that, generally. Okay, so a couple more questions have popped up, I think. Indie Bob, what do you make of the extremely low scores from IGN and GameSpot? So I would say that Alien Isolation is not for everybody. So way back, I did a preview. I actually played the levels that we just got through here. I played during a preview event, I think ahead of PAX, right? It was the last time I spent a big chunk of time with the game. I played like 4 hours of it. And at the time I was like, man, people are going, this is really hard, and I love that it's hard, but I think people are going to hate it. Not everybody, obviously, but a few people, I think, and maybe rightly so. For some people find it difficult. Some people find it frustrating. It's not a game that's going to work for everybody. And I think that has a lot to do with what the scores showed up. Some people found it was like overly long and draggy. I mean, you guys have seen there are a number of times in the game when you're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to open this door and get in this elevator, and then everything breaks, and you have to go to 9 different locations and restart generators. It's hard. It's stressful. Some people were taken off guard, I think, by the manual saving, didn't know that was coming. I had the benefit of knowing what to deal with in the game because I'd spent so much time previewing it ahead of time. So I had a little bit of a leg up playing it. I knew how to deal with the game. I knew that it was going to be sort of that old school horror experience in a way. And I knew what to expect. And I liked what I was expecting. And the game didn't disappoint. I got exactly what I expected to get out of it. Some people just, I don't think I don't think it works for them. I think some people had a worse experience than I did, and because of the procedural generation of the alien, it's a little bit, there's an element of randomness to it that I think can piss people off. And when I say randomness, I don't mean that like he appears in front of you or wherever and he just like teleports or whatever. I don't think that that's true. Some people say that that's true, but I've never seen it happen. But I think people feel like that. I actually remember reading a blog a developer wrote one time when they're like, people said they wanted smart AI, so they put really smart AI in their shooter. And then people were playing it and they were confused and angry because the AI was killing them and they felt it was too cheap. Like the AI was smart enough to flank around, and then so people are suddenly being shot in the back and they're like, oh shit, it spawned a bunch of people behind me. That's stupid. And it's like, well, that's not really what happened. The AI was smart enough to get behind you, but you felt it was cheap because you didn't realize it happening, right? And so there's an element to all of it that you have to deal with what players have been trained for years, you know? I mean, we all have this lexicon of games and game behavior built up in our heads, and that's the way we interact with games. And when a game challenges that, sometimes people love it and sometimes people really hate it. I feel like Gods Will Be Watching is another good example. Another great game, another game that I really, really liked, really hard, that people kind of panned, and because they felt like, oh man, it's random, and sometimes I lose even though it's not my fault, and then I lose all this progress. It's like, yeah, but that was the purpose. The game wanted you to feel that way and to create those situations for you. So I don't know. I don't think it's a game for everybody, and I think some people interpret a game challenging them in a certain way as being cheap or badly made, and I don't think that's always the case. But you never know. I mean, the experience of one reviewer can vary vastly from the experience of another reviewer, and I had a great time, so that's the kind of review that I wrote. You know, I really appreciated everything that I saw. Some people didn't. I don't know that it's anything more or less than that, except that if you play the game wrong, if you hide, I remember one reviewer talking about how he hid. He'd hear the alien show up, or he'd hear it ping on his motion tracker. He would hide, and he would wait what must have been an insane amount of time, based on what we've seen so far, for it to vacate the area altogether. And if you play it like that, I think you're going to have a terrible time. But if you don't know not to play like that, that can be tough too. So sometimes, you know, it's like, it's tough to say. I don't know. I think this is my kind of game that helps, but also I think I really appreciate some of the elements in it, and that's why I like it in the end. I don't know. Yeah, Mitchell saying, I think this game is going to be for me what Dark Souls is for Phil. I like it, I just don't want to play it. I don't like Dark Souls to play. I love Dark Souls from an academic standpoint, but I don't like to play Dark Souls. I don't like to plod through a game and have to spend... well, I guess I'm doing it with Alien, but Alien kind of works for me a different way. But I feel like Dark Souls is very... demands a lot of patience, a lot of like skill level that means a big time investment I don't always make in it. And I think that's, you know, that's fair to say of Alien as well, and some people don't want to make that investment, or it doesn't click in their brain the same way, potentially. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, the IGN reviewer said don't play it on hard. Well, you can change the difficulty as you're playing it whenever you want to. So I don't know why it's a big deal. I played it on hard. I played it on hard for the entire review. I thought it was great. I think hard is great. I want my games to be a little harder. Not frustrating hard, not like cheap hard, exploded, but hard in a way that challenges you to be better. I guess I could be said about Dark Souls too, and a lot of people really like Dark Souls, so... Anyway. Yeah, Indie Bob saying, I think a lot of the right atmosphere counts for horror games as well. This really gets the horror, although, to be fair, Indie Bob, I did ratchet up the gamma a little bit while I was playing it, because god damn it, it was a little too dark. I couldn't see. I was having a real hard time, like, being able to pick out the things I could hide behind, and I had to bring it up a little bit. Maybe a little bit against the game's wishes, but I feel like it still works. Yeah, Dark Souls, and Set saying, Dark Souls not so much about skill as patience. Yeah, that's true, for sure. I mean, you have to, like, you know, I'm sorry, hang on, I lost my train of thought. You have to, like, put the time in to learn it, you know, and that is a level of skill for sure, I think. I mean, watch James, watch Mitchell play. There's skill definitely involved, but I don't get into that, you know, like, it's exciting, and there's strategy in, you know, picking your turns, to picking your moves, standing back, reading the enemy. There's something to that. I struggle to push through it and to die over and over again and push all the way through. Makes it hard for me. But I do really like Dark Souls, so, and I like watching other people play it for sure. That's awesome, so. Oh, it's after 3 by a pretty significant margin. Yeah, Wrath's Revenge saying, FromSoft saw that Souls games were about patience, so now there's Bloodborne, no blocking. That'll be fun. Mitchell's super excited about that. Mitchell, did you ever get to play in that alpha? Well, maybe you can't talk about it. I know James got in, but he had to leave for the weekend, so I wasn't sure if Mitchell was going to get to do it anyway. Oh man, $5,000 for a life-size alien statue? I'm sure my wife would totally appreciate that. I might buy it anyway. We'll see. I don't have $5,000. Are you kidding? I write about games for a living. Holy shit. Okay, last call for questions. I don't know if Bloodborne has an inventory system, Indy Bob. Mitchell might. I'm gonna check on my other stuff real fast. Okay. So, I think we're gonna call it. I think that's gonna be it. I don't know when we're gonna come back. Usually I do Horrorscope on Tuesdays. And where am I right now? We're at the Marshall Station. About to run out there with Ricardo and do that stuff. So, I don't know. What do you think, Dave? We're probably about halfway, huh? I don't know if I want to do this for 2 months, so maybe I'll try to pick up some streams through the week. I'm actually leaving to go to Detroit for a wedding where I'm from next week, middle of the week, for about 10 days. So I don't know. I can't. That's gonna put a crimp in streaming. So maybe I'll try to do a little more. Maybe this week. Maybe next week. Not in our regular slots. I mean, Mitchell and James have games to do. They're gonna do Gauntlet tomorrow at noon Pacific, and some other things like the grab bag. So maybe I'll try to find some afternoon slots. If I do, you can catch them on my Twitter at Phil Hornshaw, all one word. You can catch them on the Gamefront Twitter because I'll try to tweet them out. That'll be at GamefrontCom. And there are also, I'll put up some news posts and stuff on the site at Gamefront.com, so that it'll give you guys a little heads up if we're going to continue this, because I would really like to keep going. I don't know if I want to wait, several days or weeks even to get all the way through. So yeah, that's been it. This has been Horrorscope Plays. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Phil Hornshaw, senior editor at Gamefront.com. You can find more writing of mine on Gamefront.com. Obviously, that's where I do my stuff. And tune back in tomorrow for Mitch and James on the Gamefront Gauntlet, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here, twitch.tv/Gamefront. Thanks for tuning in. That was super good. And yeah, thanks, guys.